Hey, what's up everyone, it's your girl Brainy Sinead, and today I'll be sharing with you my August TBR. So if you want to know all the books I plan on reading in August, please stay tuned. And I am back, and also if you're new to my channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. So like I said before, I'm going to be sharing with you my August TBR / reading plans. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, if you're new here, I am a mood reader, and my mood is constantly affecting what I read, and sometimes I change up my TBR right in the middle of the month. But hopefully I can keep to it. These are some books that I really want to get into, and I really want to get to before the year is over. So the first book that I'm going to be reading is The Secret to a Southern Wedding. This is by Cynthia Williams. I plan on doing a book review for this in particular later on in August, so you definitely have to stay tuned for that. But for this book, I just love the cover. It's beautiful. Just look at it. I love it. And then for this one, let me go ahead and read the synopsis. So it says, an emotional and witty story of love, forgiveness, and second chances as the race to the wedding day begins. It's been years since Dr. Imani Kemp has returned home to Peachtree Cove, Georgia. As Tallahassee's most sought-after OBGYN, she doesn't have much time for anything else. But when her mom announces she's marrying a man she just met on a dating app, Imani knows she has to put a stop to it immediately. Let her mom be hurt again after the disastrous way of her last marriage, how her last marriage ended? Absolutely not. Always her protector, Imani won't rest until her mom sees reason. She just never expected sparks to fly with the groom's son. After his mother's tragic death, Cyril Dash and his father relocated to Peachtree Cove to escape the gossip and speculation. Now in this quirky small town, they've made a new life for themselves, and after years of grief, his dad has finally found happiness again. And Cyril refuses to let Imani threaten that. The more determined he is to prove the strength of his dad's love, the more drawn he is to this beautiful, complicated woman who's determined to call off the wedding. But when Cyril's heartbreaking past comes to light, destiny won't be denied, because the secret to the Southern wedding is you never know how far you'll go in the name of love. So I'm really looking forward to this. I feel like I'll have a connection with it because I have family in Georgia. And I just feel like this will be a great, fun, nice romantic read, which I do need at least once a month. But yeah, so this is a book that I'll be reading in August, and I'll be doing a book review. So like I said, stay tuned for that. The next book that I'm going to be reading, which this is our Zora Neale Hurston read-along book that we're going to be reading in August, which I'm doing with Bree from Bree Reads. And for August, we are going to be reading Dust Tracks on a Road. And this is a memoir by Zora Neale Hurston, which I'm really excited to read this. I also love this cover. So for this book, let's find out what it's about. It says, at the height of her popularity came Dust Tracks on a Road, Zora Neale Hurston's candid, funny, bold, and poignant memoir, which is an imaginative and exuberant account of her rise from a humble childhood in the Royal South to her place as a prominent artist and intellectual of the Harlem Renaissance. As compelling as her acclaimed fiction, Hurston's very personal literary self-portrait offers a revealing, often audacious glimpse into the life, public and private, of an extraordinary writer. Full of the wit and wisdom of a proud, spirited woman who started off low and climbed high, Dust Tracks on a Road is a rare treasure from one of literature's most cherished voices. And I'm really excited to read this. I feel like I've been getting to know Zora as Bree and I have been reading her books throughout the year so far. And I feel like this is going to be even more revealing and share with us, you know, her childhood and what she's been through and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to read this, and it's going to be a fun time. And the live discussion will, you know, TBD, to be determined. Usually it'll be my turn to post it, so if you hit that notification bell, you won't miss anything, and it will let you know when the live discussion is for this book. But yep, we're going to be reading this together this month. Next book that I'm going to be also doing a book review for, and it is 40 Words for Love, and this is by Aisha Saeed. And I really love this cover, by the way, and I think that's what drew me in the most about this book. And so let's go ahead and read synopsis for this one. It says, Moonlight Bay was once a thriving town with magical lavender seas. Its forest along the shore was a place of refuge for a community fleeing icy conditions back home. But over the past year, everything in Moonlight Bay changed. A young boy died, the seas grayed, and the town's prospects crumbled. Now the locals want someone to blame. Yasmin and Raf have been friends since he first arrived nearly 10 years ago. As they grew older, their friendship blossomed and their feelings shifted. Not that they would ever act on those feelings. Each of them harbors a secret. Did they play a part in the town's misfortunes? Their guilt prevents them from ever being together. As tensions in the town mount, Yaz and Raf must test the rules they live by and the beliefs they have grown up with, and question what they owe themselves and their community. If Moonlight Bay is no longer a refuge, can they find refuge with each other? So yeah, I'm going to be doing a book review about this. I'm thinking if it's not going to be on my channel, it'll be on my IG, which the links are down below in the description if you want to follow me on IG. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this, and it's going to be, looks like it's going to be a sad story, but who knows? Who knows? I'm here for it. So I'm going to be reading this. Next book that I was supposed to read last month, but didn't get a chance to because I had so much other books I was reading, and they were some chunky books too. So I moved this over to this month, and I'm going to be reading The Will of the Many. This is Hierarchy Book 1. This is by James Islington. And I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is my first book that I'll be reading by James, and I'm looking forward to reading this. I know a lot of people like Elise's, Mel, everybody was been talking about it, especially when we have our reading sprints, and they brought this to my attention, Brie and I's attention, when we were doing reading sprints, and we are like, what book is this? What book is this? We want to know. We want to know what's about. And they were just saying how good it was. So I can't wait to partake into reading this and see what's about this. What's all the commotion. So for this one, it says, at the elite Ketnian Academy, a young fugitive uncovers layered mysteries and world-changing secrets in this new fantasy series by internationally best-selling author of the Lacanius trilogy. It says, Adi, Vide, and Tace. The Kenyan Republic. The hierarchy may rule the world now, but they do not know everything. I tell them my name is Vice Telemus. I tell them I was orphaned after a tragic accident 3 years ago, and that good fortune alone has led to my acceptance into their most prestigious school. I tell them that once I graduate, I will gladly join the rest of civilized society and allow my strength, my drive, and my focus, what they call will, to be leached away and added to the power of those above me, as millions already do, as all must eventually do. I tell them that I belong, and they believe me. But the truth is that I have been sent to the academy to find answers, to solve a murder, to search for an ancient weapon, to uncover secrets that may tear the Republic apart, and that I will never ever cede my will to the empire that executed my family. To survive, though, I will have to rise through the academy's ranks. I will have to smile and make friends and pretend to be one of them and win. Because if I cannot, then those who want to control me, who know my real name, will no longer have any use for me. And if the hierarchy finds out who I truly am, they will kill me. Oh my gosh, this sounds really good. Yep, I am excited to read this. Yep, I'm really excited and looking forward to reading this. So yep, here's another book that I'll be reading in August. The next book that I'm really excited to read this month, which is going to be with my members, which you can join my memberships if you would like. Each month we pick a book that we read together, and we have a live discussion the following month. So this month we're starting a trilogy. So literally this month we're reading the first book, next month second book, and the following month the third book. So the book of the series that we're going to be reading together, which I'm really excited for, and I've been wanting to read this for a very long time, is The Blade Itself, and this is by Joe Abercrombie. And I'm really excited about this. This is the book 1 of the First Law series. And I'm excited. I'm not even going to read the synopsis. I feel like a lot of people have read this book already. If not, I really just wanted to be a surprise, so to speak. But yes, so we're going to be reading The Blade Itself, and I really look forward to reading this with my members and just everyone that's, welcome, definitely join the live discussion. But yep, we're going to be reading The Blade Itself. And then the next book that I'm really looking forward to read, which recently came out, where they say it's like Sailor Moon meets Cinder, which is by, Marissa Meyer. So I'm really excited to get into this one, and it's called Zara, Guardians of Dawn. This is my first book by S.J. Jones, and I really love this cover. If you take the dust jacket off, this is what it looks like. And then on the end papers, it has like a map, which I am a fan of maps. It gives me an idea of what the world is and how far they have to travel and stuff like that. So just the cover. I have to admire this cover for a moment. But anyways, all right. So for this one, it says, magic flickers, love flames, chaos reigns. They say that when the world is out of balance, the Guardians of Dawn are reborn. Jin Zara's life was already full with appeasing her stepmother's cruel whims, looking after her blind younger sister, and keeping her magic secret from those who would kill her for it. But when a mysterious plague starts transforming magicians into monsters, Zara joins a secret magical liberation society called the Guardians of Dawn, and her life becomes entwined with an easily flustered young man named Han, who has secrets of his own. Magicians go missing, abominations emerge, and Zara's powers are growing. Beyond her control, a demon has awoken in the morning realms, and Zara must find the elemental warrior within before the balance between order and chaos is lost forever. Guardian of Fire, there you are. Filled with adventure, romance, and a delightful cast of characters, Guardians of Dawn, Zara, is the start of a richly imagined fantasy series that will leave you breathless for more. So, I'm really excited reading this. I love some sort of like retellings and stuff like that. Some romance, magic. I'm here for it. So I'm really looking forward to reading this in August. So the next book that I plan on reading is a series. It's pretty old. Like a prequel recently came out for this particular series I'm going to start reading. And I pretty much started, I saw Beautifully from Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany was reading this, and she's doing a live discussion this month for it. So I was like, I want to read it this month. It looks really interesting. It has romance. It's fantasy. I love that. So I'm going to be reading Phaedras Dart, and this is by Jacqueline Carey. I'm really looking forward to reading this because the prequel or whatever that came out recently is called Caskill, I think, which is right here. I'll leave up right there. So I want to read Phaedras Dart and then read the prequel and then read the rest of the books in this series. But for this one, I'll read the synopsis. So it says, the land of terror, Dianji, is a place of unsurpassing beauty and grace. It is said that angels found the land and saw it was good, and the ensuing race that rose from the seed of angels and men lived by one simple rule: love as thou wilt. Phaedras Dart is a young woman who was born with a scarlet mote in her left eye. Sold into indentured servitude as a child, her bond is purchased by Anafiel Delaunay, a nobleman with a very special mission, and the first one to recognize who and what she is, one pricked by Phaedras Dart, chosen to forever experience pain and pleasure as one. Phaedra is trained equally in the courtly arts and the talents of the bedchamber, but above all, the ability to observe, remember, and analyze. Almost as talented a spy as she is a courtesan, Phaedra stumbles upon a plot that threatens the very foundations of her homeland. Treachery sets her on her path. Love and honor goad her further. And in the doing, it will take her to the edge of despair and beyond. Hateful friend, loving enemy, beloved assassin, they can all wear the same glittering mask in this world, and Phaedra will get but one chance to save all that she holds dear. Set in a world of cunning poets, deadly courtiers, heroic traitors, and a truly Machiavellian villainess, this is a novel of grandeur, luxuriance, sacrifice, betrayal, and deeply laid conspiracies. Not since Dune has there been an epic on the scale of Phaedras Dart, a massive tale about the violent death of an old age and the birth of a new. So it sounds really interesting. I'm really looking forward, like I said, to reading this. Yeah, it sounds something up my alley. So I'm gonna try it out. So there you have it. I'll be reading Phaedras Dart. And then the next book that I'm going to be reading is Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. I've been wanting to read this for a minute. It was on my TBR a couple months ago, and I just did not get to it. So I'm determined to get to it this month. And so for this, it's in 1931 in Shanghai, and the stage is set for a new decade of intrigue. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I read all of other Chloe Gong's books. I haven't read her newest releases yet, but I plan on doing so, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll be reading this in August. And then the next book that I'll be reading which I've been trying to read this series throughout this entire year just to catch up, because these are the only books that I haven't read by this particular author. So I'm going to be reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. So as you know, I'm reading the Throne of Glass series just to catch up. That way I know everyone in all these different worlds. And then her newest book will be releasing next year, I think in either January or February. So I'm going to be reading this month. I'm behind. And for this one, I'll even read the synopsis. It says, she was the heir of ash and fire, and she would bow to no one. Selena Sandothian has survived deadly contests and shattering heartbreak, but at an unspeakable cost. Now she must travel to a new land to confront her darkest truth, a truth about her heritage that could change her life and her future forever. Meanwhile, brutal and monstrous forces are gathering on the horizon, intent on enslaving her world. To defeat them, Selena must find the strength not only to fight her inner demons, but to battle the evil that is about to be unleashed. It says the king's assassin takes on an even greater destiny and burns brighter than ever before in this follow-up to the New York Times bestselling Crown of Midnight. So yeah, I'm going to be reading Heir of Fire, and I'm really excited to get back into this world. And then the next book, which I'm going to be reading, which I'm behind on this series as well. And I'm determined to finish the series before the year is over. And so I'm going to be reading The Witcher, Baptism of Fire by Andrzej Sapkowski. And yes, so we have it. You see, of course, The Witcher right here. And then you have Jaskier, or Dandelion, which I'm really looking forward to reading this. So for this one, it says, the Witcher is supposed to be a defender against the powerful and dangerous monsters that prey on men in dark times. But a deadly coup within the Council of Wizards has left Geralt gravely injured. Dark times have fallen upon the world, and Geralt is helpless until he has recovered. While war rages across the lands, the future of magic is under threat, and those sorcerers who survive are determined to protect it. Ciri, heiress to the throne of Cintra, seems to have vanished until rumor places her in the Nilfgaardian court, preparing to marry the Emperor. Injured or not, Geralt now has a rescue mission on his hands. It says Baptism of Fire is the third novel in the Witcher saga following the Time of Contempt, which I read a couple months ago. So now I'm reading the Baptism of Fire. I've already watched the third season of The Witcher, you know, part 1 and part 2. And part 2 just had me in tears because we're not going to be seeing Henry Cavill as The Witcher anymore. To play Geralt. So it's sad, you know, and we'll be having Liam as the new Witcher. I think I heard rumors that The Witcher, they postponed it, they pushed it back or whatever. I think also due to the strikes that are going on currently. So who knows what's going to happen and what the future holds for The Witcher for the series. But I'm going to miss Henry Cavill. He definitely will always be The Witcher to me. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. And then last, hopefully, but not least, I'm going to be reading The Splinter in the Sky. This is a new release. This is by Kimi Gaiwa. Hopefully I'm saying the author's name right. If not, I do apologize. But here is the book, and I love this cover. And if you take the dust jacket off, it's purple, and here is the spine. So for this one, let's read the synopsis. It says, well, first it says, perfect for fans of N.K. Jemisin and Nnedi Okorafor, The Splinter in the Sky is a diverse, exciting space opera debut about a young tea expert who is taken as a political prisoner and recruited to spy on government officials, a role that may empower her to win back her nation's independence. It says, the dust may have just settled in the failed war of conquest between the Holy Vibarian Empire and the Amarish Republic, but the last God Emperor's surrender means little to a lowly scribe like Anitan. All she wants is to quit her day job and expand her fledgling tea business, but when her lover is assassinated and her sibling is abducted by Imperial soldiers, Anitan steps forward as a political prisoner to prevent further harm to her people, abandoning her idyllic plans and weaving her way up through the heart of the Valbarian capital, tea tray in hand. There, she will learn just how far she is willing to go to exact vengeance, free her sibling, and perhaps even secure her homeland's freedom. So that sounds really good, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. But these are all the books I plan on reading in August. Now, I know it's very ambitious, but I'm going to try to do my best because a lot of these books are chunky. But hopefully I can read these small books first, which they're not too big, and then gradually make my way with these chunkers right here. But these are all the books I plan on reading in August. I really hope that you enjoy this video. If you did, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you all are staying healthy and staying safe. See ya!